Where?
Right there.
Oh, I thought you were ripping it out. Like, what are you doing?
Why would I do that? All right, hey everybody. We're here. This is where I planted a bunch of garlic in amongst all this debris. So based upon what I've seen and read, it's time to pull your garlic when the leaves start to get yellow and fall over like this. Now, I don't know if some of this falling over is just due to all the debris that I got all over here and the weeds and whatnot. But it definitely smells like garlic. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and pull the garlic and we'll see what we got. This is actually garlic that I got straight from the store. It wasn't organic garlic or anything like that. It was just store brand. I don't want to name the store. Store brand garlic. And I took the cloves and I buried them. And so now we're going to see what happens. And I see this nice big stem right here. So let's see what we got. Okay, so this isn't that big. That's a little disappointing.
Aww.
But that's okay. You know what?
Well, it still works.
There is more here than what I planted.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that means we gained as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
Right, and here's the little guy. So it's looking like maybe I should have let these guys sit a little bit longer. But I really want to put this to better use.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull these guys. And they smell amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, every time we come by here, we can smell the garlic. And it's really going to be interesting to see what this garlic tastes like that we've grown ourselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a little guy. They're probably all going to be about this, and if not smaller.
Yeah. Still all good though.
Yeah. They say any harvest is a good harvest. So. And again, I could simply be too soon. I don't know what this is over here.
Oh. Yeah, because these were buried in the ground last year before winter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
think that's just.
that must be weed or something like. Oh, there we are. Our little tiny guys.
And oh, look at that. Worms. That's always a good sign. Always a good sign when you see those guys.
Yay. You put it back?
Of course.
Oh, okay, cool. You can see over there.
What I hope to do next year, or this year rather, or next year, is plant a whole lot more garlic. Now, from what I understand, planting the store-bought garlic can actually, the reason you don't want to do like the generic thing people say use organic is because the store-bought can actually stunt the growth.
Oh.
This could be also from that.
Yeah, maybe.
So, you know, I use generic store brand garlic. I have little to no experience doing this. And we have little garlic. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because, you know what, everything's a learning experience, right?
Pretty much.
And if you ain't willing to try, how are you going to learn anything?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Preach.
here we go. I think that's about right.
Neat.
So here's our garlic. And actually, you know what? That's a nice amount of garlic.
Yes,
you know?
it is.
That's a nice amount of garlic for someone who just was like, let me put some garlic in the ground. You know? I'm okay with that. We're going to have some fun with this. So, now that we've done that, I want to take you guys on a tour of what's sprouting. It's been, I think, about 3 weeks since I planted seeds. Three or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
3 or 4 weeks. So, come on this tour real quick. It shouldn't take too much longer. Alright, so we are in our garden area that we started. I still have other plans to do with this yet, but this is what we're going with for this year. So this is our first row. Because our south sun's over in that direction, I think I'm saying that one. So basically the sun's going to be beating down over here. This is where we're going to get the most sunlight. So this is where I planted our zucchini and our squash. Now as you can see right now we only got 1, 2, and 3. 2 squashes, and that's either going to be another squash or zucchini. I don't remember which. I know I screwed up the spacing on them pretty good. But we'll see what happens. So I have squash going along this way, and then just on the outer edges here, I planted a bunch of herbs, and you can see some sprouts of these herbs starting to poke through. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks, and these guys have been slow to sprout, but they're getting there. I actually went through today and really took a good look around. Now, I'm sure some of you are going to notice all these rocks. This is compost that we got free from a local township. They have a huge mountains of it. It's free. I was in a rush, so we just filled the back of my truck up and laid it out. And it wasn't until after a few rainfalls that we were like, oh, because at the time it didn't look that bad. So obviously in the future I do have a screen to filter out the compost, which is what we'll be doing. If we decide to do that, we might be changing things up, possibly moving forward in the future into something more of a permaculture-esque way of doing things. But we'll see when that time comes. For right now, this is what we got. This is what we're working with. Over here, I got my little cheat sheet here because I planted so much stuff I can't even keep track of it all. Over here, these are 3 cucumbers that I planted. You can see the weeds in the grass trying to poke on through. I gotta go through and weed all that stuff out.
Oh yeah.
I think the most disappointing is over here. I planted peppers all in here, and these guys have been really slow to sprout. But you can see it looks like we might be starting to get some sprouts. But they've been really super slow. Row number 3, on the other hand, has been amazing.
Yes.
So all over in here are our bush beans, and you can see we've got a slow sprouter right here who's just starting. But these are all our bush beans, varying varieties of bush beans, which we can't wait to see grow big and strong.
Definitely.
I planted some more herbs right here. These 2 guys are going to be borage. And then in here is some other herb that I can't think of. Over here is some basil. And then we got radishes, which, again, the spacing. I'm really terrible with spacing. I'm even worse with thinning out.
Still looks cool though.
It does look gorgeous, and you can see they got the nice red bottoms going up.
Yes.
But look at that. There's a little slug.
No.
There's a little slug right there.
Toss it.
Look at that bad boy.
Wait, there we go.
And over the fence. And then, of course, our peas. I am fairly confident and I'm almost fully aware that This trellis is going to be too small for all those pea plants, but we'll see what happens. When I planted everything, I told Priscilla, if we get half of what we planted, I'm going to be happy, because that's going to be a whole butt ton of food for us. Because it's just the two of us.
Yep.
So if we get half, and right now, just based on the peas and the bush beans and the 3 squash plants, we're going to be all right once everything starts fruiting. So, row 4. Now these bean plants here are dry beans. I still got to build some trellises for them to grow on. But it's 2 different variations of dry beans that we're doing. I forget what they are off the top of my head. And again, this is going to be something, and actually I think I left. So over in this area I planted marigolds, and they don't seem to be doing that hot.
Yeah.
Looks like we got another, but it looks like a lot of things are just taking their time. I may simply be impatient. But I'm confident in about 3 months' time that we'll have plenty of stuff to munch on. And then back here is just a whole bunch of herbs all back in here. Pretty sure this is going to be some dill and cilantro. And other things. I can't actually see what it is on my cheat sheet because it got wet. But yeah, this is basically dry beans and herbs over here. And then in our final row, this was looking pretty bare until I took a good look today. But you can see we got all kinds of sprouting going on over here. What do I got? So over on this side here, this is our kale. These are our collard greens up in here. We have 6 different types of Swiss chard growing on over here. Then we got lettuces all throughout the rest here. Now we got red leaf lettuce. We got some, these I believe are going to be butter crunch head lettuce. Tango leaf lettuce. With all kinds of this is all basically our salad greens, because this actually gets the least amount of sun. So that's why I put all our greens in here. If you come over here, I just gotta watch my step because we have a dog and we're really bad about cleaning up after it. This is our raspberry bush. This came with the house that we bought last year. And I kid you not, this bush was half as full last year.
Yeah.
This thing has exploded. So what I'm thinking to doing with this is maybe cutting off a couple roots and breaking it up into 2 plants and then planting it on the side of my house, where last year I had transplanted 2 branches with roots connected. One took, one did not. So I'm thinking if I break this up into 2 plants and plant it off on the side of the house, it'll take root, and we'll have 3 plants out of this 1 plant, which would be amazing.
Yes.
Guys, come along over on this side. Again, gotta watch the step. So these are all mostly starts that I had started indoors that I had kind of written off because they were looking pretty ill. But as you can see, I planted them about a week or so ago. And they are just taking off amazingly. So we got 5 tomato plants, 2 pepper plants. In between here, I planted 1 lemon cuke and 1 loofah gourd. And I don't think those are the sprouts for that.
Oh, no?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think those are just weeds.
Oh, boo.
Or they could be volunteer plants. And then, of course, the 6 plants. Now, what I plan to do is make a big, basically giant trellis all along the porch here, using chicken wire. And hopefully that'll work for the gourd and tomato plants and pepper plants and all that. And up there is our cinnamon basil. It looks like it's got little critters crawling all over it, though, of course. We have really hard time with little buggies. They're all over the place out here. This is that's an atomic cherry tomato plant that I transplanted into that pot. That was the first one out of my sick-looking plants that I decided to transplant, and I looked at this thing and I said, "Holy crap, this thing is really taking off."
Yeah.
So that's what led to wanting to transplant all the rest of these. Over, by the way,
Oh my gosh.
over here are our strawberries, and wow, they're really taking off.
Oh, thankfully, yeah.
So we got this cute little starter kit for strawberry plants from Aldi. I'll name drop Aldi. Now, these are all weeds, obviously.
Yeah.
These are all weeds. That's tomato strawberry plants. And there was another one, probably
Like over here somewhere, but
there was another one, and it just suffered from transplant shock so bad it basically keeled right on over. The main plant is doing amazing, and this little guy looks like he's got some fresh greenage right in there. So it looks like he's going to make it as well. So hopefully by next year we'll have all kinds of strawberry plants to go along with our raspberry plants, and I guess we haven't done a video showing our blueberry plants, so we'll have to do that as well. Show you. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of berries.
we are gonna have a lot of berries.
This
Yeah.
is exciting, especially next year.
Yeah. Just realizing that. Holy crap.
Yeah, we're gonna have all kinds of strawberries and raspberries and blueberries.
Awesome.
Priscilla's gonna have to learn how to make all kinds of
Oh
pies.
yes, I'm gonna have to learn a lot.
Because my fat behind.
Oh my gosh. So bad.
So over here I did winter squash. Right now it looks like we only got 2 really taken off.
This one and this one.
But again, that's one of those things that I'm just okay with. In here,
our jungle.
This is one of the most amazing things ever behind this thing. So early on, I tried to start seeds using egg cartons, and it did not work out well at all. The seed starting mix would dry right out. There was no way I was able to keep it watered long enough for the seeds to really take. So I literally dumped the egg cartons with the seeds into here. And this is what I got. All this lettuce. This is an onion, actually, that my wife was like, throw it in there, because it was growing green in our cellar. I'm like, throw it in there, okay. But all this lettuce, I mean, there's some weeds in here, but you can see this lettuce is just taken off. Crazy. These might be chives.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
it's just so
amazing. This is the
amazing.
kind of stuff that gets me so excited. I love seeing stuff like this because this is just nature doing nature. We try to get so scientific and find the perfect little ratio of nutrients and all. I put a bucket of dirt and some seeds in there, and look at what happened. Right? This is just nature doing nature. This is the stuff that really gets me excited.
Yes. Absolutely gorgeous.
So this is obviously where we got the garlic from.
Yeah, that area
Then
there.
over here is melon row. And so I planted several different kinds of melon. Ancient watermelon from Baker's Creek.
Where's
and
the
then,
ancient watermelon?
I'm
I
not
can't
even sure.
see
I
it.
think that might be it right there.
I hope so.
But again, it's one of those things that look right in there.
Yeah.
Again, we got weeds all over the place, and grasses that we've just kind of.
But we're scared to pull them up because we don't want to accidentally pull the actual thing because we weren't sure which was which.
That's part of it. And I'm going to be real honest. Part of it's laziness. We both work full-time jobs, and it's hard to take care of all of this while holding that down and keeping the house and all that.
Yeah.
That being said, we do have guys over there, melon there, and I'm pretty sure that's a melon right there as well.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, I thought you were ripping it out. Like, what are you doing?
Why would I do that?
I don't know. It's a spontaneous act.
So I think that's about it. I guess I can bring you back over here and show you our non-growing tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Again, watching our steps.
Oh, I'm following right behind you, honey.
Probably not the smartest thing to do. So again, in here, well, that might be a tomato right there.
This one?
There.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that might be a tomato right there as
It
well.
looks like a tomato leaf.
So actually, yeah, now that I'm looking at it close up,
Yeah, some of these look like
we
leaf.
do have what looks like what may be some tomatoes coming up. Again, we're really super novices at this,
Yeah.
so sometimes we don't know what we're looking for.
Yep.
So we kind of gotta let it just go until we're like, oh, hey, that's a tomato plant. And then usually by that time is when the weeds are just so out of control.
Yep.
Okay. Let's just spend the next week weeding. And then over here we planted tomatoes as well. There's 4 plants in each. That's probably a tomato. That's probably a tomato. Because
Okay.
they look the same and they're in a row.
Okay.
Yeah. There.
Oh,
there,
sweet. Okay.
there, and then right in there. Okay, so so that's nice. So in the row, I planted 4 tomato plants in here. These are all San Marzano tomatoes because we like plum tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
We use the heck out of plum tomatoes. From anything from just eating them raw to making pizza sauce and tomato sauce.
Mm-hmm.
For spaghetti, like that's what we use. We roast garlic and just make our tomato sauce, and that's it.
Yep.
We really do try to keep it simple. But I guess that's the end of the tour.
Yeah.
I guess we'll show
Minus
you,
the blueberries.
show you the blueberries real quick, and then that'll be the end of it. And we hope you enjoyed the tour of our garden and the beginning of our homesteading
Adventure.
journey. In our backyard.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. We'll go check out the blueberries and then we'll sign off.
All right.
And we're at the blueberries. As you can see, I desperately need to cut the grass.
Ignore
my
that.
neighbors love me for this. They're always reporting me because I don't cut the grass quick enough. I'm always getting love letters from the township. You need to cut the grass or you're gonna get fined. It's true. It's true. But anyway, here are our blueberry plants. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Oh yeah, this is.
This guy has remained dormant. Not really sure why that is. 5 out of 6 of them have just taken off. He's remained dormant, but he's still green. He doesn't look dead.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. All the other ones, especially this guy right here.
Yeah, this one. Oh my.
I mean, like these are berries ready to go. Like, well, I mean,
Not yet,
yeah,
but
they're not ready to
getting
go,
there.
but
They're
I mean,
getting
like,
there.
they're getting nice and plump
And blue. It's so pretty.
and blue, and
that.
all of these, all these guys are just thriving amazingly with all these clusters of blueberries.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did you want to show them that other raspberry that actually?
Sure. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
Let's go.
So over here is the side of the street that I was going to put the raspberries at.
Yeah.
And here is, again, I need to cut the grass. But here is, now all I planted last winter
Yeah.
was this stick
Mm-hmm.
with a piece of root,
Yeah.
that branch. And out of that grew this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, ignore that.
So I'm really excited about this. There's plenty of time in the season for this to grow larger, and I'm pretty confident possibly next year, if not the year after, we'll have some delicious raspberries coming out of that.
Yeah.
The other one that I planted is over here. Which has nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing going. I thought I saw something one day, but I guess it died off. So yeah, that's that. You know what? If anybody has any ideas or suggestions, let me know. Big, huge suggestion that we could use was what to do about ivy. We have such an invasive species of ivy here. It is all over the place and it drives me bonkers.
Yes.
I mean, you guys can come down here.
Let's go to the sidewalk.
And this is all ivy. That's just so
This
completely
goes
invasive.
all the way down.
And frankly, I'm the type of person that believes that if you can't eat it, why grow it? I mean, I get aesthetics from a certain perspective, but at the way the price of food is going, you need to be planting stuff that you can eat. Things that'll feed your family, not things that'll raise your property value. I think our belief system has gotten so skewed in that regard that we're seeing the price of food go up.
Yep.
You know, and it's hurting us. So yeah, that's what we got right now.
Oh, sorry, honey.
What were you doing?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
You're the worst camera person ever. So that's what we got going on right now. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and any suggestions you got, you know, we're all ears. We really are. We have little to no budget to do things, so if you guys start giving us suggestions that cost us, you know, hundreds of dollars, sometimes even like $25, we're like, you can't really do that. But any suggestions, we'd love to hear it. So thank you guys for following along on this journey with us. Until next time, God bless.
All right.